Hey everybody, my name is Tilly. I'm 24, I'm from Minneapolis, Minnesota. The reason that I'm creating this video is because I'm running a marathon in June. It's Grandma's Marathon. And I want to essentially document the process from the beginning of training all the way through the marathon and really everything in between. Mainly for myself to kind of look back on and really look back and see what I did right, see what I did wrong, learn from it, and just to be able to kind of put it all into something that I can kind of see and just process. I also am trying to work on some of my video and editing skills and just getting more creative, and so I'm using this as kind of a way to double down on both. So that's kind of the reasoning for it. Like I said, I'm running a marathon. Really excited about it. A little bit about me in my running past. I've ran a number of 5Ks, 10Ks, half marathons, but I've only ran two marathons to date. The first one was Twin Cities Marathon in 2016. I did it in about 4 hours and 9 minutes. I believe it was about a 9-minute pace. And then the second one was in 2018, which is Grandma's Marathon, and I did it in 3 hours, 32 minutes, and it was about an 8-minute pace. So those are the only two ones I've run so far, and I'm hoping with this third marathon I can run it in 3 hours and 10 minutes, which is about a 7-minute, 20-second pace. My long-term goal for running is to be able to qualify for Boston Marathon, and what that entails is running a sub-3 hour marathon and sub 7-minute miles every mile for the entire race. Kind of a lofty goal, but I think this race can be a good stepping stone for future races, for hopefully me to eventually hit that goal, which I think I can do. It just will take dedication and some persistence. Some of the downfalls that I've had in the past, I haven't always stuck to my training plan as well as I should have. Usually in the training plans there's some midweek short and medium runs and a long run on the weekend. I would always do the long runs, but then I would kind of get lazy during the week and think, I'm too busy, I don't need to do all of these. And then I think when it came time to actually race, it really showed because I didn't hit my goals that I was hoping for. So that's kind of one of the big things that I'm focusing on for this race, is to really make sure that I keep that consistency through my training, through my eating, and making sure I just hit every run. Making sure to listen to my body, but as long as I feel good that I hit those runs. Because I really want to put myself in as good of a position as I can be for when the marathon time actually comes. And the second thing that I haven't done real well in previous races is I haven't necessarily eaten the right foods. I wasn't eating bad necessarily, but I wasn't necessarily eating the things that could potentially give me a boost or really just help my body fuel and recover and do the sort of things it needs to be in top shape. So that's another thing that I'm trying to focus on for this marathon. Another reason that I was doing this video is to almost keep myself accountable for some of these things. I figured that doing kind of a week-by-week video would allow me to put a little pressure on me to continue to hit that training plan, hit those meals, and do the different things that I need to continue to build my strength and my ability. So for my training plan for this current marathon, I found it online. It was created by a gentleman named Hal Higdon and his son, who are both pretty distinguished runners within the marathon community. But they created these plans that range from very beginner to very advanced and everything in between. And I kind of settled on one that's called the Intermediate 2. But essentially what it is kind of getting a little bit more towards the, I guess, advanced side, if you will, but it basically just means it's a higher mileage per week than maybe some of the beginner ones. And the reason I chose it was because I think it aligned with where I saw myself physically, my skill level, and then also my time commitment with training it. Because sometimes when you're training, you're running 3 hours, 4 or 5 hours on the weekends, and you have multiple runs throughout the week as well. So you really have to commit time-wise also to doing this, and that's one thing that I've realized after running 2 and not doing as well in that area. But it's an 18-week plan in total. It'll be 2 steps up, 1 step back, 2 step up, 1 step back. So for example, it'll be maybe 25 miles, 27 miles, then it'll hop down to 23, and then it'll go up to 29, 31, 27. So it'll kind of step up, step back, step up, step back, and so on and so forth. But it kind of ramps up all the way to week 14, and then after week 14 it kind of ramps down as you head towards the marathon, because you want yourself to be in prime condition, but you also want your body to be well rested and in top shape, so that when that race comes around you're ready to go. So that's kind of what my training plan looks like in terms of a week by week basis. I think it'll be good for me. I think it seems reasonable for where I'm at and my time commitment. This week, the first week, was a good week for me. I felt like the runs went well. Some of them I felt like went better than others, but I felt like I was kind of hitting that zone a bit, or the runner high, if you will, in some of my runs, which felt good to kind of get back to that, because I haven't been in that state for a little while. So it felt good. This first week, Monday, was a cross training day, so that could be biking or swimming. I biked 10 miles. Because I don't have access to a swimming pool right now and it's freezing outside. So I bike, usually on a trainer. And then Tuesday was 3 miles, Wednesday was 5 miles, Thursday was 3 miles, Friday was a rest day, and then Saturday was 5 miles at pace, so I ran it at 6:58, and then 10 miles on Sunday. So that was the first week in total, so it was what, 3, 8, 11, 16, 26 miles total. So we'll start to ramp up more next week, but it was a good first week. Felt like an appropriate amount of mileage. Got my stretching in really good, felt like I ate pretty good, and did the things that I needed to do to be successful this week. Looking forward to next week. It looks very similar. Looks like 11 miles is the longest run, but everything else is the same, kind of same workouts on the same days. So we're gonna work hard to continue to push into next week. Going forward, I know it was only 1 week, but I'm really excited about this process. A little nervous to jump in front of the camera like this because it's not something I typically do, but I think it'll be good for me. Also a little nervous about the run and training and just time commitment, but it's like a good nervous energy. It's one that keeps me motivated and energized to keep on hitting those workouts and eating the right things and doing everything I can. I'm excited to kind of keep on doing this, watch the process, work hard, and see how it all turns out at the end. I don't really have too much else. I'll try to get more content throughout the week, and then obviously do the end of the week video like this one. But I guess that's all I got. We'll look forward to doing this again next week, but until then, keep on keeping on.